Okay, this is the memo to the ATM practice test that we had. Well, so this is the memo to the ATM test. The first one is it gives us a class diagram and asks us to create a class called cache, now with a capital C. Now, literally, you're getting a mark for going right-click new Java class in your project, and you're going to call it cache. Realize if you call it with a small c, guess how much marks you get? 0.
Why?
Because classes have a capital letter C. And also, if you ask to name, remember Java's case sensitive, so you must name things correct case. You may, yes.
Thank you.
So if I go Pac-Man now, finish.
How many more?
I just started the stream. It just should be streaming through now.
Oh, okay. We'll give it a minute.
Now,
So how many marks is that worth?
so that is worth 1 mark. So if you created a class with a capital C, 1 mark. If you created a class with a small c, 0 marks. And now it says write code to create the fields given above. So there's a value, which is an integer, a currency, and a fake, which is a boolean. So let's go. So first of all, it's got negative signs in front of it, so it's private. Yes, Johnson? You're good. So because it's creating the class called cache with a capital C is worth 1 mark. So private, now it says there's a int value. I'm going to finish coding this, then I'll tell you where the marks are allocated. Then it's a private string, and then it's the currency. Then it's a private boolean fake. Now, where the marks are allocated, there's 4 marks in total, which is actually quite lenient. There is 1 mark allocated if you have made all of them private. So there's 1 mark indicating the fact that they're all private. So let me actually write a comment below there. So 1 mark, private. Second mark is for data types, that you gave the correct data type, so int, string, boolean. I'm actually going to give second plus third mark for data types. And then the fourth mark is for correct names.
Wait, so the third mark is
First mark is for private. Second and third mark is that you've done the correct data type. So if you had 1 data type incorrect, for example, you had a capital B here, there would only be 1 out of those 2 marks for the correct data types. The fourth mark is that your names are correct. So that is 4 marks that is there. Now, the next one we're doing is it asks us to create so we go on to the next question. So we've now marked 5 marks of it here. We now go down to write code for create the default constructor. Note the default currency is R. So I go to it here, I go private, sorry guys, my bad, alt insert constructor generate. So I'll repeat that again, alt insert constructor generate. So it should be no variables in there. That is only worth 1 mark. You doing that is worth 1 mark. Value is equal to 0. Currency is equal to R. Fake, guys, I don't care if this is true or false that you put there as far as fake is concerned, but the second, you have to have said currency is equal to R. So the second mark is for initializing. So there's 1 mark for the method header, 1 mark for method, and the second mark is for initializing all to default values. Now, very important, R has to be, currency has to be R. If you did not, you lose that mark. Yes.
You did say fake could be fake, right?
Fake could be?
Equal to fake.
No.
Oh, okay.
Fake could equal false or true.
Fake equal true.
Yeah, true can equal true or false, but so basically you're assuming money is false and is fake until proven otherwise. Alright, yeah. You'll get 1 out of 2. There's 1 mark for the method header, 1 mark for the thing. So you get 1 out of 2 for that. Now the next question asks there, it says there create a parameterized constructor or receive only the value. So alt insert constructor only the value generate. So I did that very quick. But alt insert generate. Now again, so far if you only did this, you only get 1 mark. You would have to set your currency to equal to R, and you have to do your fake is equal to false, and only then, only if you've done these 2 as well. So first mark, is for this beginning part. So again, first mark for method header, and second mark for initializing all fields. So in other words, one field would be initialized with the int value that's been received as a parameter, and the other ones are awarded for this here. Do you guys get that? So there's one mark awarded for basically that is one mark, and then this is the second mark. Okay, now the next one, it says they create a fully parameterized constructor. This one's the easiest 2 marks that you'll get. Alt insert constructor, tick all 3 fields, generate. Happy birthday to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And now the next one, it says write codes to create setters and getters for all fields.
Wait, so hold on.
Yeah.
Where it says public cache value string, so how many marks that?
1 mark for this, 1 mark for this.
Okay.
So 2 marks. Okay, so there's 2 marks for. Now it says create your setters and getters. Alt insert getters and setters. You tick all fields, generate. Now the way I'm going to, quite frankly, if you didn't get this right, damn. But there's 1 mark. Basically, I'm allocating a mark per a setter and a getter of a thing. So is fake and set fake is 1 mark. Get currency and set currency is 1 mark. Get value and set value is 1 mark.
So do you have any of the actual sheets of the test?
I don't, sadly, but it is available. Electronic copy is on there. Guys, you need to keep your own copies, please. I did leave the ones that were here. But, sorry, there's an electronic. Sorry. Alright, now, the next thing, if we move on from there, our next question says, override the toString to return a text represented as follows. Now, this toString was slightly different to the ones that you've received previously, but defaultly, alt insert toString generate, this would get you a mark. Actually, it would get you a mark. Okay, so the fact that you're returning a string. Now, what I suggest you guys to do is I suggest you guys create a string called all blank, and then you return all. You don't have to do this. It's just I like to get into a habit of making sure my method is correct before I do the actions. Now, if I just go if fake, because it asks me, it says if the currency is fake, the text go to jail, do not pass go should be displayed. So if it is fake, all should equal to go to jail, comma, do not pass go. So now, basically, so far, there is 1 mark for the method header, but you also had to return something. There is another mark for if statement. There's a mark here. There's a mark here, and there's a mark here to return this. And then there'll be a mark here. I'm actually going to set my all to be defaultly what it should be, which is currency space value. So it will be currency plus a space plus value. So now, when I do this, it will defaultly be currency space value. If it's fake, I change it to go to jail, and then I return whatever SL is, yes.
So I did mine a bit different.
If you guys just did this is also a complete 100% solution. If I just said then, else, if I just did this, that's 100% right as well. There's that you can do as well. And there's more than one way to skin a cat. Although you shouldn't really be skinning cats anyway, but
Skinning humans.
no, much better. Yes.
Shouldn't say if fake equal to true or if fake is equal to false.
Fake is a boolean in itself. So if I said this, it's the exact same thing as what I've done. It's this equivalent. But if for example I said this, then it's different. Then that technically is the same as that, not fake.
But so you just say it as it is, it just means true or the default.
Technically, I can do the following. I can say fake is, okay, we won't even get this. Let me do it above here. I could say fake is equal to 5 greater than 6. Oops, that's not a greater than sign. a boolean stores a result of a condition. And an if statement expects a boolean value or comparison. Does that make sense? So a boolean stores true or false. So therefore in an if statement I can say if boolean. Because a boolean stores whether it's true or false. Does that help answer that question?
I think I get it.
Okay, so it stores the condition, so you don't need to compare it to something because it stores a comparison. The results of a comparison. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, now, so there are more than one ways to do that. Okay, now the next one it says the update get value method. If it's fake, it will return 0. Also return. Oh, sorry, so now get value method. So you're updating the currently. Get value already exists. Here it is. Now we need to update it. We need to surround it with an if else. And it would say now if fake return 0 else return value. So now this it was for 3 marks, so it would be a mark here for the fact that you added the if statement, a mark for returning this, and another mark for the else. Do you guys see that? So that's for 3 marks for the 1.8.